Hey everybody, it's Lone Wolf Racing here, and we are back with some more Motorsport Manager for the Sauber Return to Glory. Back after a slight little break because to be blunt, I was playing Pokemon Let's Go on my Switch. That game is so much fun. That and I've also been playing a lot of the Virtual Console release of Gold on my 2DS. But that's aside the point. We are here for round six of the championship here at Cape Town. We got 49 lap race ahead of us. Ultras, Supers, and Soft Tires are confirmed for the race. All you need to do is get 16th to get a slight sponsor bonus. Now, as per the strategy, let me double check something. Staff. So I still don't have the light-footed knowledge on the soft tires, so that is still not something I can use for Ericsson. I think, I think the logical thing is bring a lot of the supers. I think a lot of supers. I'm gonna bring 5 ultras, and 3 softs for Ericsson. Actually, no, bring one more set of soft tires for Ericsson. I have an idea for a strategy for him if his tire wear isn't too bad. For Pascal, I'm gonna bring 3 sets of softs, a lot of and then the rest are supers and ultras. And good. Yeah, I think that'll be good. We have a part that'll be ready immediately after this race is done, I believe. Let me see what that is. That is the rear wing. Okay. So immediately after we get done here, we'll have a new rear wing to go on the car. But yeah, back to a bit of normality in this. Back to this series. Like I briefly mentioned this in the video in the Pokemon Crystal Clear Let's Play video that's gonna be coming out the same day as this video. That I finally got my off-camera career mode, the BMW team in Tier 3 of this, in the Formula 3 tier of this mod, all the way up to Formula 1 now. And funnily enough, in that career mode, the Formula 1 in that career mode in my off-camera career mode has a few rule changes. They have the 40 kilogram fuel tanks, so you can only go 40% of the way into the race around maybe just under halfway into the race on fuel. So you're forced to make 2 pit stops. I didn't know this in my first race, and it kind of fucked me there. Aside from that, not too many of the other rules have been changed. A couple tracks that layouts are different. Driver swaps have been made. Lance Stroll and Stoffel Van Dorn are in Ferrari on my career mode. George Russell's in the Mercedes. Vettel's in the Williams for some reason. It's kind of weird. But anyways, that's enough of that. Hiccups. Let's continue on with it. Let's continue on with this career mode once we load in here. Again, the loading times may vary depending on how good your computer is. Not saying my computer's a bad computer, but this mods on Motorsport Manager can make the game lag a little bit, or you can have slight issues depending on how your what you have your graphics set to. So don't be worried of the loading screen. Another thing to mention is that I am considering doing a new. I am considering maybe at some point I'll show you what I have for my BMW career mode. Like when I get closer to the front of the field in that series, which will probably take another season or 2. Because I have put a lot of work in that series. Anyway, here we are at K-Town. I really like if anything, I love this track for how it looks visually. Visually, the background of this track is stunning. Now then, 49 laps. Let's see the tire wear on these guys. Okay, so the idea I had for Ericsson can work, which is run 3 sets of soft tires and just let's just do a 2-stop on soft tires. Sorry, all right. That seems like that's probably the most logical thing to run for him. So yeah, that's why I brought 4 sets of softs, because I had a feeling I could do this. Which means I could do it for Pascal, but I have an idea for him. I just need to check his tire. I'll just do that for the setup. Get that ready. It's always good to at least, if you need to adjust the setup here before going into the event, or like this. If you don't have it's straight down the middle setup in the green bars, just to tweak it a little bit before you get into the session, so that way you waste less time. Okay, so Pascal can't do specifically what I thought he could do. Pretty sure you know what I was thinking. Do the same strategy except on supers, because Pascal technically has the better tire wear. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like that, unfortunately, that doesn't look like he can do that. I do have another idea, though. Shut up, phone. Maybe, just maybe, run 2 sets of softs, 2 sets of soft tires, and a set of supers or ultras to the end. I mean, 3 sets of softs is overkill, so I could either ultras or supers, and then 2 sets of soft tires to the end. Depending on tire wear. I mean, we're probably gonna start. Let's face it, we're probably gonna start near the back anyway. Shut up, phone. Jesus Christ. Should have muted it. I keep forgetting to mute like that thing before I do these recording sessions. Anyways, I'll learn at some point to make my phone be quiet. And anyways, as usual, I will see you near the end of practice. Near the end of practice, or during the middle of the session, if something interesting happens. And now I will cut away. Now with another phone notification, I will be right back. Alright, so we're back. So as you probably just saw there right before I started talking, we got level 3 on the soft tire knowledge and the race trim knowledge, and there's Pascal getting the knowledge we need for qualifying. I'm gonna have Ericsson go out on a hot lap, see what he can do, and then I'm gonna bring both of them in and just get a little bit of knowledge on the super sauce just in case I change my mind, just in case I decide to try something else. This is just for shits and giggles, just to see what the absolute pace of we can get on semi-dead tires is. Albeit this isn't a true representation of what we could do, but might as well just see. Usually I do this at the end of the session. We got 3 minutes left, so I'm going to send them both out on qualifying runs. Let's see, quali, 3 laps, because why not? Supers, because I don't want to burn another set of softs. Axis, that was the wrong way. Let's see, that was good. That should do it. Here comes Pascal. They should both get at least 1 lap in. Quality trim again. Supers. Ericsson's, no wait, Warline setup is basically perfect. Alright, out they go. They'll both get around to the start-finish line and be able to set at least 1 flying lap. Maybe 2 if we're lucky. Looks like it. If they get around quickly enough, we should be able to start a second lap. Ericsson definitely will. Pascal should make it around time. Here we go. And looks like we'll get at least level 1 on the super soft tires for the rate. On the super soft tires. Just in case we need them. Just in case I decide to use those in the race instead. You can never really be too sure in the back. When you're near the back of the field. When you're near the back, any kind of strategy could be a good one. Could be one that scores you some valuable points. And look at that! Ericsson's has fastest lap on those supers. So there is a little bit of pace here, and a car does have a little bit of pace on the. Does have a little bit of pace right now, so that's not bad. But again, we don't know the ultimate pace of these guys as well. So who knows? We'll see. Although obviously the race is where all the points are scored, so that's our main worry right now. Any good positioning we get in quality is just an added bonus for this team. And for me to make the strategy slightly easier, which could also yield some more points. So quality is slightly important, but the race is where everything is won here. Especially when you're this far back, you gotta be ready. You gotta have the good race pace. Anyway, quality and ultras. Quality and ultras. Ericsson's setup is now good. That's great. Now with Ericsson, I'm definitely not using the ultras at all. They only go 8 laps, so he'll have one fresh set of ultras for the race, just in case something happens, like a safety car, a late safety car or something. But a safety car hardly comes out at all, especially in this mod. So I doubt we probably won't get one. These 3 sets of soft tires will carry Ericsson through the race, as long as he doesn't have, unless the tire wear is drastically higher than I thought. Warline should have 2 extra sets of ultras to use in the race. He'll have 2 sets of softs to use, and then he can throw on a set of ultras or supers at the end to be really speedy and try and gain some positions. Anyway, let's jump straight in and do the traditional thing. Send both of them out immediately to get one good flying lap in case there's rain near the end of the session. This is a strategy I've always run in qualifying. I mean, theoretically, yes, you could just wait till the end of the session and save a set of tires. But I want to get that first run in, and that one run in at the beginning of the session anyway, so that way we can at least see where we stand in the field, where we sort of stand in the field, and also in case I need to make any setup changes. Which I won't. For this session, I don't think I need to. Both setups are pretty good, so I don't need to change the setup on these cars. I just want to see what their ultimate pace could. I just want to give them 2 runs to give them 2 chances to then get good laps in. What? Okay, never mind. I was looking on the right and I saw Ericsson in P10. I was like, wait, what? What is he smoking? How is he doing this? And Warline's last, and what? He's in P13. Ericsson is in P13. And Pascal's last. So either Ericsson just had the lap of his life, or Warline or we really genuinely have the pace and Warline just got unlucky. I'll send Warline out last so he gets the best track grip, because Ericsson's already in P13. So, and as long as nothing stupid happens, as long as the two Haas's don't show up and out-qualify us. Okay, there are 4 cars that could ruin us here. Sainz, Gasly, and the 2 Haas cars of Grosjean and Magnussen. We're down to 2 minutes to go. I'll send Ericsson out now. First set of ultras. Let's go. I'm going to have Pascal wait a tiny bit longer. Let's go now. This will give him enough time to get out of the pit lane. And he gets out with 1:20 to go. That means he should get around to the start-finish line with like around 10 seconds left. So he'll get absolute best track grip. I think he'll. The two cars behind him are on hot laps, so he won't get interfere. Here comes Ericsson to start his lap with using P15 at the moment. Werline starts his lap. All right, so right now we are safe now. So Ericsson doesn't need to do this lap. This is just to see if he can improve. He's being held up by traffic a lot. No improvement for Ericsson. Here comes Pascal, two whites, still no improvement, and dead last for Werline. So we have some pace. I don't know why Werline is so slow though. That's a little concerning, considering he's supposed to be the better driver of the two. Yeah, though you can see we've got 1.7 seconds to make up to truly be a front-running car, and that's not including any upgrades the AI made during in the during the season to make themselves even faster. So we've got a long road. This is gonna take a couple seasons. We're not gonna be a top front-running team by the end of this season. Definitely not by the end of next season. We should hopefully be closer to the midfield next season. That's what I'm ultimately aiming for right now. Yeah, so Pascal's got a lot of work for him. But still, maybe Pascal legit got unlucky and just had traffic on both of his runs. I'm not good at timing it with like the traffic and stuff. I just send them out as fast as I can and then as late as I can. Anyways, soft tires and race trim for Ericsson. Soft tires and race trim for Pascal. I'm gonna just keep the same strategy I had. You should be able to take, even if he takes him only 18 laps, that's enough to get on the super, to throw the supers on and get to the end from there. So as long as he goes 18 laps, we're good. Let's see. Yeah, because the supers wouldn't make it even on two stops. We would be a couple laps short, and then we would have to throw in a set of ultras at the end. So yeah, we'll run the soft tires. Oh yeah, there's no refueling. I almost start taking fuel out of the car. Fuel out of the car, and I remembered. Oh yeah, there's no refueling in this championship. I shouldn't do that. But still, we did get the qualifying objective with Ericsson, so it's already more money. That's already a little bit of extra money in the bank. Here we go. Starting from P15 and P24 on the grid. It's lights out and away we go. Slightly bad start for Ericsson. Werline's gone nowhere off the line. Around the outside for Ericsson. You can speed this up now. Somebody has gone wide. Ollie Rowland has. Ericsson up to P16 again. On the inside, he's fighting. I don't know who that is. That is Stroll's William. Alright, we're good there. Let's calm it back down. I'm gonna probably Werline. You can just isn't gonna use ERS. I'm gonna use Ericsson's ERS a little bit. Try and keep the pace here. A lot of guys are still going pretty hard right now on the fuel. I don't like to go hard on the fuel. I'd rather just recover it back. I'm gonna speed up a little bit here. We're not supposed to pit till lap 18, so we're gonna have a while to go. Besides, the tires are keeping their temperature pretty well. They're going up a little bit, as you can see. But we're doing okay. Already on the lap 5 because we're just cruising around here at the back. Our strategy will come into play later with making fewer stops. That's the plan, at least. Make fewer stops and get up front. Ocon has already pit from Esteban Ocon's already pit, and somebody else has. That is Felipe Massa. They must have had a collision. Well, actually, no. We're already on lap 8. No, they pitted. No, they pitted a little bit ago. Never mind. They either destroy their tires or they had a crash. A lot more people are pitting now. I'm gonna I'm gonna conserve Pascal a little bit on the tires so he can try and go one lap longer than Ericsson. Well, actually, I think about I think about it. Ericsson should be the one conserving because he needs to make all three sets of soft tires last, and he's got slightly worse tire wear. So I should probably be worried about him. You know what? I'll just consider both of them a little bit. That way they both can go one more lap. Up to P14, 15. Here comes Cardo just flying by. They got to burn some ERS now. Wait to the straight. Let's have Ericsson try and boost a little bit. And he's up to P14 past, that is, Perez. And now, Ericsson's down to 35%, so we are getting down on the tire wear now. The softs go off at around 15%, I think. Let's go now. Let's attack now. We'll pit in at the end of this lap, so need to stretch it more. Maybe if I don't know. This is gonna be close. I'm gonna throw on another set of soft tires and then see when he goes off the cliff again. Maybe I could have stretched it one more lap. I don't know for sure. I'm gonna charge the battery a tiny bit. Let's not go for a fast pit stop. Let's not risk it. Then Pascal go ultra conservative, try and stretch it at 2 more laps over Ericsson. Ericsson's in. Good stop, boys. Nice. So he's in. Nope, don't hit the pit button. Let's see, Alright, so Pascal's in a lot of traffic. Alright. Let's go for it then. Let's go now. Let's go now. Attack in. Throw on a set of softs. If he can make his soft tires last another 16... No. Damn, the tire wear's a lot higher than I thought it would be. We're gonna burn a lot of ERS, try and get the overcut on Ericsson. Let's go now. Let's try and go for it. Burn all the ERS that we've saved up with him. He's flying through now, up to P12. P11 burns his ERS, that's Verstappen in front of us. Ollie Roland's gone in the manor. And Pascal's in. Good stop, here comes Ericsson. He got the undercut done. We can run in high a bit. Let's burn some of that fuel we've saved up. And keep it going. Keep calm, keep going. Conserve those tires. Let's see if we can make them. Let's see if we can stretch them out a bit. We can stretch them out to the max that they can go to. Okay, Ericsson needs to stop conserving. His tires are gonna cool off too much and they're gonna grain. And now we need to do the same with Pascal now. Let's see. Ericsson's already down to 68% on his. He's 10% lower than Pascal was, so those extra 2 laps will help Pascal out greatly. Ericsson might be fucked here. Up to P21. Yeah, and I'm just speeding up a bit. His tires aren't going up that much. Let's burn some ERS, both of you. There we go. There we go. Let's catch back up to these guys. Ericsson up, flying back up to P18. You're right behind this huge pack here. Go easy on the fuel now. Let's save a little bit more fuel for later on in the race, for when we have to make an in-lap later. Now we're with this pack. Signs is gonna have to pit. He's on old supers that are about to die. He's not pitting this lap, so next lap he's gonna probably pit this lap now, lap 26. Palmer is in front of Wehrlein. So we're working on it. The strategy's slowly coming to us. We're slowly going up the field as as people are making more stops than us. Whereas we've only made one, everybody else is make most people are now already on two. So we're slowly gaining positions. Alright, we're down to 36%, so at the end of this lap, I'm gonna have Ericsson start pushing. Actually, start attacking now then. Let's have Ericsson attack. He's attacking now. Let's go overtake mode now. He's gonna pit in end of this lap. Yeah, he's not gonna make it. Alright. Let's go to plan B then. 14 laps this time. He's gonna get to 15 laps once right around when he comes into the pits. If I do that, if I run soft and then ultra, we can do it on one more. We can do it on one more stop from here. Same if we did two sets of supers, hypothetically. I've got the soft tire knowledge. I'll just go soft and then throw in a set of ultras. So the tire wears a lot higher here at Cape Town, or that or it's just our car is really shit on tires. Oh yeah, burn some ERS. Let's go. He's still P3. He's up to P13 at his stop. So we are getting somewhere here. Once we get on throw on those ultras at the end of the race, we really could have a chance of getting that sponsor objective, and we've been lapped by the leader now, or at least past Ericsson has been. Wehrlein is still going. Let's conserve the tires here, and try and stretch it out one more lap before we attack. All right, we're good here. Let's start attacking. Let's attack in on the in lap right now. Damn, Pascal could have actually made it. Alright. I think the best strategy here is just throw on two sets of ultras and just make them last. They go on. The cliff for the ultras is around 25% tire wear. If you're wondering where I'm getting this from, that there is a guide on there should be a guide on the workshop that explains it explains how the tires generally work. Ultras go off at 25%, like they go off the cliff at least, and they just completely lose all pace. The supers go off at 20, softs at 15, the mediums at 10, and the hards just don't go off at all. The hards don't go off until they hit 0, and the wets and the inners are the same as the hards. They'll lose a little bit of pace with wear over time, but they truly don't lose pace until they're completely gone on the percentage scale. But yeah, burn some ERS for Pascal right here on the way in. Get past this guy on the way in. Nico Hulkenberg's gone. That's a huge threat for us to get the. That's a huge threat for us not getting the sponsor objective gone. Roland wasn't a big problem because he was a slower car. We are a lap down, so we might as well just go high on the fuel for now. Pascal has jumped Ericsson in the pits. So that's actually really good. We're in P19. As the leaders land more cars, we're going to get slowed down by that. Sainz is on worn tires, and we're directly behind them. So if we can pass Sainz, we'll theoretically be ahead of him, unless he gets a minus the massive overcut. Minus him getting an undercut on us. Let's see. Blue flag for Pascal. That's P2 behind him of Vettel. Completely backed up on the tires to try and cool them off. There's the leader again. going by us. We are now a lap down again. Ericsson's tires are underheated. I need to heat them up again. Alright, lap 38. So 12 to go for them. Being a lap down actually might help us here. It might give us the chance to just throw on the ultras at the end for both cars. So saving those ultras for Worldline and for Ericsson may have been a good idea. See, 9 to go for the leaders, which means we're on 10 to go. Alright, so if the leaders were to pit again, which they won't, we would run out of fuel for Worldline. But since we're still a lap down, and it doesn't look like they'll pit again, I think we're okay. Besides, we're way behind Vettel, I think. No, Vettel's still behind us, okay. Let's take it easy then. Alright, I didn't even notice our Worldline's tires. Let's just pit him in now then. He's up to P16, so where will we come out? I'm gonna charge the battery a lot here. I'm gonna charge the battery up halfway. We'll be battling signs. Alright, time to take a risk, boys. Let's get a quick stop in. Right as the tires go to 25%, we're in P17, P19. Alright. Tires underheated for Marcus Ericsson. He's gonna push his tires a tiny bit. Alright. That's P20 going. Oh no. Come on. Get back by him. Get past that bitch. That's Giovinazzi, P20. Here comes Ericsson. He's in P21 right now. His tires are about to die, so let's just have him go max attack and he's gonna pit in end of this lap. Maybe he can hold up Giovinazzi for us, I don't know. Alright. Hits. Park conditions okay. Charge the battery a lot because this mod does, because you can do that in this tier. Gonna Worldline back off on his tires for now. P4's got an issue, that is Raikkonen. Ericsson's in. Let's have him conserve those tires a tiny bit. Go high in the fuel mix. 3 laps to go for Worldline. So if he's gonna do it, he's gonna have to do it soon. They're right directly in front of us here. Down the inside of Leclerc for P17. Here's Sainz. We're passing a Renault for P16. There's a car being lapped. Who is this in front of us? That's Gasly. That's P15. Okay, let's just go max attack here, guys. Let's just go max attack here, boys. Max attack. It's all or nothing. The sponsor objective is right there. It's right there for the taking for both cars. We can do this. Up into P16 again, past Sainz. ERS down the straight. Go for it, boys. Go for it, Ericsson. Go for it, Worldline. Go for it. Go for it. Do it. P15's there for the taking. For pride. For glory. Here he comes to the line. ERS. Just missed it. P16 for Worldline. We got both sponsor objectives. Ericsson fishes down P22, but sets the fastest lap of the race. Even for a measly sponsor objective. That was actually a pretty close battle. For like the best of Formula 2, or Formula 1.7, 1.3. Or Formula 1. Well, actually, if the midfield's 1.5, that means the back half of the field is Formula 1.75. So, I think theoretically, technically we have gone best of the rest. Any shockers in the field? Stroll in P16, Stroll in 6 after being last at one point. Verstappen's in P8 for some reason. Hardly gets a point. K-Mag just barely missed out on points, which would have been bad for us now that I think about it. Alonso P12, that's not good for us either. That could have been bad for us as well. Hulkenberg crashed, and Ollie rolling crashed early on. Checking the cars, we have so we're good. Giovinazzi got a time penalty. That doesn't, well, it doesn't affect anything for us. We still remain Line still remains P15. K-Mac is now P16. First card without a point. Haas still have no points. I'm gonna. By the way, I also thought of something just to gain more money faster. I'm thinking on dropping Felipe Naza. I mean, he's completely useless because both drivers we have are in fighting fit condition, and they provide better feedback than NASA does. NASA's got 11, Orland's got 13, and Ericsson has 12. So there's no real reason for me to keep him at this current point. He's just wasting us money. It might be easier to just fire him and just wait out his contract. But I'll check and see what his contract states. And see if that does anything. And see what would be the best course of action. It would save us a bit of money for not having to pay him every single race. For just sitting around doing nothing. Besides, unless one of our drivers crashes, there's very little likelihood they'll get injured. They'll get injured and they would need a reserve. Alright. Let's see here. Anything interesting? Both of them improve a little bit. See, NASA's improving a little bit, but he's not. But he's worse than either driver we have. I have no reason to use him. I'm not saying NASA is the worst driver out there. That title would go to Sakyan Yamamoto or UJ Ide, I guess. Or even or even who am I thinking of? It's not Shinji Nakano. It's not him. Who am I? Taki Inui. That's who I was thinking of. Except the interview. Signing Giovinazzi for the next season. I'm gonna butter him up. Gio's not isn't a bad driver. I mean, the fact he's got a seat in Formula One now with Sauber is a good proof of that. Right? I'm gonna favor you. By the way, Sophia Flores is doing better as far as I'm aware. There's our new rear wing, by the way. It's immediately get started on building a new part. Immediately. The faster we can build up new parts, the better. 25 plus 25 to max. Let's do this as well. 5 days after the race. That's good. Let's build up. Let's start improving our parts. Another thing. Okay, lag spike. It's gonna. Oh, there you go. Another thing we're gonna have to do: improve the factory as soon as we can. All right. Again, lagging. This mod doesn't like it when you gotta do that. For whatever reason. Pit crew. What do we do? We swap you out, swap you out. Swap you out. Let's get you. You seem pretty good. Just drop this guy. I think we're good. The repair guys aren't really needed. Repair guys aren't really needed. You hardly ever have to fix parts in this game unless you crash or something. Unless you have an incident or something. So you shouldn't have to worry about that. Let's see here. I can't improve parts yet. I gotta wait till after this. Yeah, so the rear wing is one of the easier. The front and rear wings are the fastest parts that you can build, especially with this mod, and the fact they can take a while. So yeah, where's that new rear wing? There it is. Let's improve the reliability on all of them and improve the performance on these parts. And these two parts here. Let's focus on reliability so we can use that front wing. We're gonna, well, on the rear wing. We're gonna definitely need that. And that engine. What layout is this? Okay, so it's the full layout of Vancouver. Gotcha. Yeah, actually, let me check something. Yeah, we're slowly improving. Haas is the worst rear wing for some reason. No idea why. We've got the ninth best suspension. That does count for a little bit. We're slowly getting out there. That engine power is definitely helping us. Having a decent engine does help because, I mean, that you can lose a lot of time on the streets if you don't have a bad engine. Look at the McLaren. Look at the McLarens. Alright, let's skip through this. No, oh yeah. Oh, this! I know this. Reverse championship grid position. Hang on, let me skip through some of these. But currently in 8th, that's better than 12th. Okay. Rubens Barrichello. Alright. Now this. It says it won't benefit us. I know for a fact that at some point in the season, John Todd will come to you, the player, and offer you a chance to suggest your own vote of anything you want that isn't already proposed for this season, or for any rule change that isn't being proposed by the GMA already. If you have the politician perk, if you create your character and you chose the politician perk, you can do this for free. Everybody else has to spend $1 million, has to afford $1 million to do it. I personally don't care if we do this or not. I mean, we would start at the front if we would start, since we're near the back, we would start near the front. But personally, I don't really care. I'm gonna no vote again. This way, when my vote comes up, we're gonna have a slight advantage. John Todt votes again, so it doesn't go through anyways. So I would have had a deciding vote here, but I chose to abstain. Parts are looking good. As you can see, the rear wing will be done 2 days after the race. That new rear wing. I think I need to check Felipe Naza. So we place him $6,000 per race, and it's $400,000 to break his contract. I have no reason to keep it. That's so low that doesn't matter if I fire him or not. I'm just gonna drop him. I'm gonna get a pissed off message from him, but I don't really care. As for later on down the line, because we're almost halfway through the season, I think. Soon we're gonna have to look for long term. I'm gonna save up money for now, so that way, after the next part is done, I'm gonna wait and then get the HQ upgrade. So that way, hopefully, it'll be ready near the beginning of next That way, it'll be ready near the beginning of next season. So that way, we'll be able to improve our parts faster, performance-wise and reliability-wise. And anyways, that's enough for that. I have been the Lone Wolf Racer, and we will be back with Most War Manager again, where we'll tackle round 7 at Vancouver track, at the main layout of the Vancouver track. Hopefully, we can get the sponsor ticker again and save up enough money to get that new factory we so deserve. Bye.